All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, the bonus to our teachers at the Great Millstone, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, and when dealing with our people, man, less is more. Just try to keep it simple, man. Um, so you have many different ways you could tackle, you know, teaching our people. Many different approaches, many different teaching styles, some more rough, some more austere, some more gentle, you know. But I've come to find out that less is more with them, you know. You got to use the most efficient tactics when it comes to teaching these people, man, teaching our people, because at the end of the day, most of them have a short attention span, you know. Most of them are not really that keen on history. So it's best to just keep it simple with them, man. When you're out there teaching them, start off slow. You know, don't bombard them with oh, the UFOs are in the Bible. The first thing you tell them is the UFOs in the scriptures. They're not gonna understand that, man. It's gonna go over their head. Start slow, man. The scriptures say, as newborn babe desiring a sincere milk that you may grow thereby. Tell them that they're Israelites. Tell them that the white man's the devil. But as time progresses, you could go into deeper things, man. But anyways, this is the book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before the swine, lest they trample you under feet and turn again and rend you. Now scripture say, prove that who's worthy, right? Inquire when you go into a city. Matthew 10, it say inquire who's worthy. Now, sad to say, but most of our people are swine. All right. So you have to identify which one of them can actually receive this, and then move on, proceed from there. So keep it simple, man. With them, less is more. Just like with a woman, less is more. The more you talk with her, the more you running your mouth, the more you're gonna run yourself into a hole, talk yourself out the pennies. This is how it goes. All right. You dealt with enough women. All right. The more you try to be all sophisticated and just keep it simple, man. Most people are just base in their understanding. They need to eat, they need to laugh, they need to they want to feel something, but don't try to be all like extra, witty and extra. Like that's when you do too much. Matthew 10 and 5. It says, these 12 went sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not in the way of the Gentiles, and to a city of Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? These people are lost. So when someone's lost, man, you start slow. They're coming out of trauma. You know, it's like someone coming out of trauma, ICU unit or whatever. You gotta. They're learning how to walk again. They got their legs broken, and now they're learning how to. You can't run with them. You gotta crawl at a baby pace. You know, it said, heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you receive, freely give. Neither provide gold nor silver nor brass in your purse, nor scrip for your journey, neither two coats, nor shoes yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. For into whatsoever city you shall enter, inquire who is worthy. Inquire in it who is worthy, and there abide and go still. And if you come into a house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace be upon it. And if it be not worthy, let your peace return unto you. And whosoever shall not receive you nor hear your words, when he depart that house, shake the dust off your feet. Okay, so you got to understand that when we out there teaching these people, most of these people are not very sophisticated. They're very simple when it comes to important things. Ask them about how much Luka Doncic averaged in the playoffs. They'll tell you. Ask them how to trade Bitcoin and trade FedEx or whatever what's this called? FedEx stocks, or whatever the hell they call them. Tell them about the latest trend. Tell them about the latest trend, man. You know, Givenchy or something, whatever the hell. You know, tell them about the Vogue show that just happened. You know, they'll know everybody that was in there, man. But when it pertains to our people, man, just keep it simple, bro. You know, because they're not very sophisticated and they have a short attention span. You know, they got a microwavable mindset. You know, which is given to them by social media. They can't be more focused on something. Yesterday, I was at the movies, and a lot of these people just they can't even watch a movie. You know, they can't even sit through an hour or some movie. You know what I'm saying? So the point is that um, just keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. All right. That's the best way. Psalms 19:7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. For the statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the eye, the heart. The commandments of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. So it said, making wise the simple. Our people are simple, man. They're not very sophisticated. Get the word for simple. Free from duplicity, upright, blameless, innocent, harmless, uneducated, unsophisticated, right? Um, this word makes wise the simple. Okay. They're not very they're not the sharpest tool in the shed. The Lord said that they're sottish children. Sophisti okay, there it is. Sophisticated. It says sophisticated means it no longer simple or natural. Okay, worldly wise, discriminating, cultured. Cultured. They're not very cultured, you know. So you gotta start off slow with them, you know, like somebody that's just learning how to read, somebody that's just learning how to walk. You know, you're teaching these people how to become a full grown adults again. It's like babies, you know. You gotta take your time. You know, they're gonna be drooling all over themselves. You know, but hey, we were brought to teach them to have patience with them. That's why the scriptures say a man must be apt to teach, patient, right? You gotta take your time with them, man. You know, and when you're dealing with them, you know, you don't jump to the most crazy meat. Hebrews 5, real quick, and verse it's like Hebrews 5 and verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High. And I become as such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that use milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of a full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. These people don't have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. So don't hit them with the strongest things. Don't hit them with the most, hit them. Don't hit them with the most crazy things, man. Don't hit them with the deep meat. Hit them with start with the basics, man. Y'all are Israelites. The white man's the devil. America's gonna be destroyed. All right. You expect them to understand reincarnation. You expect them to understand that the UFOs, the angels riding the UFOs, those are things that are gonna go over their heads for the most part. I remember teaching with this one cat. Every time somebody would come up, man, this guy always, and I always thought it was weird, man. I was like, yo, he's always going to the meat. It's like, yo, God, you know that the UFOs are, you gotta chill, man. You're scaring these people off, man. Not that they're gonna most of them weren't meant to get it anyways, but it's a efficient way that you gotta go about this. You know, the most effective tactics. You got to use the meta, the most effective uh tactics and instructions. When you got to be efficient when you're teaching this word, man. You know, surgical and calculated. Okay, this person, da da da. You got to look at them and got to examine their spirit. Like, this is how I'm gonna attack this individual right here. Teach them the most better way. The most effective way. So and so, she's a girl, or she might be a man, might be a Latino dude, might be a black guy. whatever the case may be. Might be a white dude that looks like uh 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 that looks might be a Jake that look like a white man. You can't teach that man the same way you teach the dark skin looking dude, because he got different demons on him than the other guy, you know. So you gotta attack those demons in a different way, you know. But anywho, um Psalms chapter Psalms chapter 116 and verse 6, it says, "The Lord preserved the simple. I was brought low and he helped me. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord have dealt bountifully with thee." Yeah, the Lord dealt bountifully with us. He's given us all this understanding. So our job is to figure out ways to coach these people, man. Like Pep Guardiola, you got to use the most effective tactics, man, to get the victory, to achieve the end goal, man. Okay, First Corinthians 9, right, and 19. It says, "Though I be free from all men, yet I have made myself a servant unto all, that I might gain the more. Unto the Jews I became a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law." When I was a kid, my uncle, I used to think, like, why is he always using somebody's different accent? I just think it was fake. Like, he would go to the Dominicans and he would talk like the Dominicans. I'm like, man, this dude's fake. Why doesn't he just be himself? You know? Why doesn't he just act like himself? But then, when I got older, I'm like, that's how he survived. That's how he got, because he wasn't the best looking dude. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the smartest, but he was clever in that way. He survived. He got jobs because he was always like he was always a condescender. He was always like he was able to the white people, he became like the white people. And to the Dominicans, he became like the Dominicans, but that's how he had to do it because he didn't have he wasn't born here. He wasn't, he didn't have all these facilities, all this easy access to all this shit that people that are born here get, you know. So he had to figure it out. And that's Jake, a supplanter, you know. So the point is that, if he would be around the Chinese, he would talk like the Chinese, man. He would get down, start talking about Mickey Mouse and this and that. And I'm like, man, this is weird. I couldn't do that. But that's him. But it helped him survive, It helped him to get jobs and to get, So unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews, and to them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that's under the law. To them that are without the law, as without the law, being not without the law, to the Most High, under the law, to Yahushua, that I might gain them that are without the law. To the weak I became as weak, and that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And I do this for the gospel's sake, that I might be a partaker with you. Sometimes you gotta talk to it, Jake, just how they understand. Sometimes, you gotta talk to a woman like she would understand. You know, you can't approach the you gotta use different tools for different jobs, man. You got different cutting knife for certain meat. You got different tools for different jobs, man. And that's why the Lord brought men from every walk of life. He didn't just bring corporate guys. He brought men from jail. He brought men from the sports world. He brought men from the NFL. He brought men from all over the place. So you would have all kind of flavors in the ministry. You would have men that's austere. You got men that's more cool. You got men that's more, you got men that's more older. You got men that's young. You got men that, you got all kind of men in this thing that the Lord is using as vessels onto righteousness to teach. Like Paul, he said, I became all things unto all men. So here it is. The Lord might use you to bring another brother in that might, that another brother couldn't have brought him in because he didn't have that same type of rapport. He don't have that same type of skill set, you know? So Paul, he said, man, to the weak I became as the weak, that I might gain the weak. I made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And I do this for the gospel's sake, that I might be a partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in the race run all, but one receive the prize. So run that you may obtain. Okay, so it says Romans chapter 12, verse 6. Having then gifts differing according to the grace which is given to us. Yeah, different gifts. Man got different gifts. Man might be a more funny dude. Brother might be a little bit more humble. So you can learn something from him. Brother might be more humble. He's more he relates to certain people more because they look like him, or they're more like Brother might be more meek. You might be more austere. You might be more stronger. And then, brother might relate to that more. Brother might relate to, whatever the case may be. Brother might be very into boxing, or they bring in them through boxing. They connect to, whatever. That's how it goes. You know, it says, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Or ministering, let us wait on our ministering, for he that teacheth on teaching, and he that exhorteth on exhortation, and he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. And he that ruleth with diligence, and he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. And let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another, brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in the spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing, instant in prayer. 16th verse. Be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of lower estate. Sometimes you got to go on a brother's level that's beneath you. That this man is more simple than you. He probably doesn't know the scriptures like that. He's probably not like, but he believes. He believes. So you got to condescend to his low estate. Like these women, when you deal with these women, you got to condescend to their low estate, man. You got to come down to their level. Like, you can't always just be like, you gotta talk to her about what she knows, what she understands. You can't just sit there and hey, sister, that you know the law of this and that. You know what it says when you're supposed to be boom 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 boom. You're supposed to do this and that. She's gonna scare her off, man. You're gonna talk her out the draws, man. You're gonna talk her out of it. Okay, keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. The less you say, the more. Like when you're in court, right? When you in court, man, or when you get arrested, they tell you that everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, right? We're all on trial here, man, and the less you use, the less words you use, the better, because they have more power. The scripts say that a wise man does scarcely smile a little. The Lord told you in Sirach, the 32nd chapter, speak, young man, if there be need of you, and twice, scarcely when I were twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. The less you say, the better off you are. The more simple, straight to the point you go, the better off you are. In a day, whatever it is, when you're talking to a woman interaction, the more you talk, the more she looks at you like a goofy. She look at you like, this nigga's a goofy. But the more straight to the point you are, the less bullshit you got to deal with, and the more effective it is. The less talking you do, the better, the more draws you get. How does that work? But the same thing applies to teaching, because the more simple you make it for them, the more the more readily accessible it is, and the more attractive it is for them. At the end of the day, our people are not very sophisticated, so you got to use the effective tactics that work for them. You got to use the effective tactics that work for them. So when you try to be too deep with them, it usually doesn't work. What proves this? When we're doing these lessons and you put these extravagant titles, not extravagant, but like you put the scriptures up in there. They don't understand that. They don't understand old school English. They don't understand the scriptures. When you put you niggas gonna die. The white man's the devil. Whatever. You put the woman ain't shit. You're gonna get a bunch of clicks because people are simple. When it's controversy, they're gonna click. If the other day when I did the video talking about Zion ass, it was in 1 minute. This shit was like 10 people watching it in 1 minute because they wanted to see what that's about. If it's about edification, they're not clicking on that. They're not worried about that because our people are simple. Okay, it's not about that. With them, it's about entertainment. With them, it's about quick microwavable videos. 2-3 minutes. They're not really into no deep prophecies, and they're not really into the scriptures like that. That's why less is more. Less is more for the most part. But in my case, I'm not gonna water my videos down just to appease these people. But when you out there actually like when you actually out there interacting with these people, you want to keep it more brief because you want to run. You know what I'm saying? The people are going back and forth. They got to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake. Can you stop? Can you stop and go out there? You don't know what these people are doing. They got their lives, and so we out there teaching. You got to keep it brief with them, man. We don't have time to have a sit down lesson with them right there, and you gotta get everything out in a short, brief moment. You know, so when we're teaching, it's best to apply the simple method. The simple method, the simplicity that's in your house shot. You know, you gotta appeal to their basic instincts because that's what they are. Before they come into this truth, they got base instincts, man. You gotta appeal to their base instincts. You gotta go to what they understand. Kind of sentiment of low estate, man. All right. Ezekiel 35, 37:15, man. It says, hey, some. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and the children of Israel, his companions, and then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, for all the house of Israel and his companions. Join them one to another in one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. That's the 12 tribes chart. Now, 18 verse. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, What will thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Can you break this down? What does this mean right here? Can you show us what is this here? What are you guys out here doing? What are y'all saying? You tell them in a simple manner. Here it is. I'm watching certain of these guys, certain of these different groups or whatever. Even some brothers, sometimes they get a little too deep. They try to talk about history from 16. They don't care about that, man. When in this century, and this person, they don't know who that is. They don't know who that it was. Okay, we're not dealing with biblical scholars up here, man. You're gonna fry their brain talking about this person, that person, here, there. Keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple with them. They're not very sophisticated. Just keep them simple. Just keep it real simple, man. You know, just keep it real simple. Try to keep it real simple. The less you, the less is more, man. Less is truly more. So when the children of our people shall speak unto thee, saying, Will thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is the land of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, will put them with him, even the stick of Judah, and make them one stick. There shall be one in my hand. The Lord told you that it's better that he that fear the Lord have a little understanding than he that understands much and doesn't fear the Lord. Right? The Lord, at the end of the day, he's not looking for a bunch of people that know all these different things. That's for us to know. That's for us to know. The prophets of the Lord. That's for you to know all the intricacies of the scriptures. This precept, that precept, go here, go there. This means that. This means this. The majority of our people, 1/3, they're gonna be saved because of their faith, because they repent, because they believe. It's not for them to know every single thing in there. You know what I'm saying? These women, for them to know 1,001 scriptures. It's not about that. It's about their faith. It's about they actually believing. It's them actually believing in the Lord. You know, with a sincere heart. With them accepting the fact that they're Israelites, accepting the fact that the other nations are the enemy, accepting the 12 tribes chart, accepting, America being Babylon, America being destroyed. That will grow their faith. Then they start to understand, we're going to get out of here through the UFOs, this and that. I came back through many lives, reincarnation, boom, 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 here and there. Then they grow, desiring the sincere milk that they may grow thereby. But in the initial stages and all that, you don't want to overwhelm them, drown them in the waters, and take them in there, because you're gonna scare them off, man. You're gonna scare them off. You're gonna make them. You're gonna drown them in this. And when I first came in, sometimes you get a little too ahead of yourself. Even with your family and stuff like that, you're trying to tell them this and that. You gotta understand that they're coming from programming from since the time they were 5, 4, 3, 2 years old. They've been getting programmed to believe that the white man is this and black people are all the same, different, and this and that, and the Latinos are not my people, and this and this and that. You got to just take it slow with them, man. Take it slow with them. Just take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. So it says, Romans chapter 12 and verse 16 again. It says, be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. And be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil, providing things honest in the sight of all men. Condescend to men of low estate. Let's get the word for condescend. Sometimes, it's seen as like a negative thing, or you condescending to me in this world. But when it comes to the ministry, sometimes you got to do it. You have to come down to a person's intellectual level, even your own brother. That may be in this truth. Sometimes they're a little simple, and you got to go down to their level. You got to, you got to show them certain things. Sometimes you got to take the low, and even though you're right, all right, no, just to keep the peace, just so the Lord, just to prove your faith to the Lord and to make things right. Sometimes you got to take the low, and that shows that you actually understand what this word is all about. You know. But anyways, it says condescend. It says made more dense. This is not the definition. Condescend, thicken, make more dense. To reduce. Okay, here it is. To reduce another to one's level. To reduce to another's level. Action, a state of becoming more dense. State of conforming to one's level that's beneath. Right. Uh, these people are not on your level necessarily. Okay, but you're gonna have to teach them. The Lord gave you this understanding so you could bring them up upon the level. You know, so you can show them the way. All right. Proverbs 7:6 says, "For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding." All right. When you see these people out here, they're void of understanding. All right. Passing through the streets near her corner, and he went out the way to her house. In the twilight of the evening, in the black dark of night, behold, there met him a woman, and with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. She is now without, now in the streets and life and wait at every corner. Now she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore I came forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with the coverings of tapestry, where Carl works with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take with us our love until the morning, and let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home, he is on a long journey. Yeah, that's how people are seduced by the woman. They're seduced by this world, and they're telling you that your God ain't here no more. Just chill, just do drugs, just go to Miami, let's go here, let's go. But it's enjoyable, it's enjoyment to the flesh, but to the mind, it's not nurturing, it's not enriching, it's not, it's all polluting you and it's all destroying you. Hey, come, let us go on a long, your Lord is on a long journey. You know, just come and be a dumbass with me. You know, just come and be simple, continue to be simple. That's what the society is telling you. So when you teach these people, when you're teaching these people, man, you're bringing them out of that simpleness that America has seduced them with. That you're bringing them out of this simple state of mind, and that takes a lot of patience. That takes a lot of time. That takes you having patience, man. All right. It says he have taken a bag of money with him, will come home at the day appointed. With much fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering her lips she forced him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox going to the slaughter, a simpleton. Okay, that's our people. As an ox going to the slaughter, seduced by many philosophies. All right, the strange woman that flattered her lips, Proverbs 7:5. All right. So it says, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasted to the snare, knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me, therefore, ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. It says, let not thy paths decline to her ways, and go not astray in her paths, for she hath cast down many wounded. Yet many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Yeah, her house is the way to hell and going down to the chambers of death. All right, simplicity. All right, a lot of people are led to the flock to the slaughter because they're simple, not very put together up here. You know, even though they might have 25 degrees, whatever they have, they're wise to do good, wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right? Proverbs 8:5. Oh, ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall speak right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There's nothing forward or perverse in them. They are plain to him that have understanding, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired cannot be compared to her. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, arrogancy, and the way, evil way in the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine and what sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me, kings reign and princes decree justice. You're not reigning because you're not keeping this knowledge, this wisdom. And when it's taught to you or when it's told to you, man, you talking about this is not this is what profit is in this, you know? What it seems evil to serve the Lord. I ain't getting nothing out of this. Nobody's giving me anything for this, you know. But you gotta have that vision and far off to see in the future. The future, you know, there's a reward for this. There's a reward for turning back to the Lord. There's a reward for forsaking simple simplicity. You know, it's a reward for adhering to this knowledge. You know, but again, it says, "By me, princes rule and nobles, even all the judges of the earth." That's us. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yet durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yet a fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, and in the midst of the path of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning of ever the earth was, when there was no depths. I was brought forth when there was no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills, I was brought forth. All right. So the fools die for a want of wisdom. All right. It says Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12. It says, for the bewitching of naughtiness does obscure things that are honest. See how people are bewitched. So here it is, you casting out spells, you casting out demons on them, and that takes time. That takes, that takes them, the Lord, allowing them to actually shut the hell up and listen for once, without them spewing out something out of their mouth. Every time they come up there, well, blah blah blah. I think that blah blah blah. I believe that this, and my daddy taught me that, and blah, 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 and this person said this, and so and so new brand said this, and brand and Nubian said that. Whoever the hell, these guys be coming up talking about these different these different internet gurus. Oh, Tariq Nasheed said this, and all that is the wisdom of this world. You know, it says, for the bewitching of naughtiness, this obscure things that are honest. You see, Jake, some of them have a sincere spirit. They just don't understand. They don't know what's going on. So it says, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time. For his soul pleased the Lord, therefore he hasted to take him away from amongst the wicked. This people saw and understood it not, neither laid it up in their minds, because they're simple. That his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he have respect unto his chosen. That's why they'll come up there talking about, oh, that saved the white man. Oh, you can't hate nobody. That's a simple mindset, man. That's a simple slave mentality. All right. 2 Corinthians 1 and 12. It says, for our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but by the grace of the Most High, we have our conversation in the world and more abundantly towards you, not in fleshly wisdom, but in godly sincerity and simplicity, right? It says, for we write none other things unto you that which you have read or acknowledged. I trust you shall acknowledge this even to the end. As also you have acknowledged us in part, that we are for your rejoicing, even as ye are also for ours in the day of the Lord Yahushua. And in this confidence, I was minded to come unto you before, that you might have a second benefit. All right. So in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom. All right. As newborn babes, desiring the sincere milk that you may grow thereby. Hebrews 5 and 12, it says, ye have, for when the time that ye have need, you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, being the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become as such a need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that use milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a baby. But strong meat belong to them that are full age, even those by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. So these are a bunch of babies. Okay, they're a bunch of little toddlers walking around. They don't know the father. They don't know their father. It's been they're orphans, fatherless, widows. And for a house, for a nation to have understanding knowledge, they need their men there, because the Lord imparted to us understanding. So you are like their dad, you're like their father spiritually, and really you're if you really understand this with this word, you really are their real fathers, anyways. Going back to the beginning. So and then when we're in the kingdom, they're gonna come back to us anyway. So we're their fathers anyway. So when these people are talking to us the way they are, they disrespect their fathers. When they coming up there running their mouth, they disrespecting their fathers, man. What scripture say that if you curse your father, mother, you put to death. That's why they're gonna be they're cursing their father in heaven, and cursing their spiritual fathers here on the earth. So there you go. Anyways, that's because they don't have any understanding. They don't understand what they do. That's why the Lord prayed for them and said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. All right. Because at the end of the day, the Lord has mercy on his people. That's how understanding he is. All right. Because he's the one that put you in that simple state. You know. But anyways, 2 Corinthians 11:1. It said, would to the Most High you could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. If I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahushua. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Yahushua. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua, whom ye have not preached, or if you receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, you might bear well with him. All right. For I suppose I was not wit behind the very chief apostles, but though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, we have been made thoroughly manifest among you in all things, right? Through this word, through this ministry, all right, through this knowledge, through this wisdom. So, third verse, but I fear that by any means the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Yahushua. All right. So take it easy with them. Take it slow. You know, take it easy and take it slow with them. Wisdom of Solomon 101. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth unto himself as such as distrust him not. For forward thoughts separate from the Most High. Our people are full of forward thoughts. And his power, when it is tried, reprove the unwise. For into malicious soul wisdom should not enter, nor dwell in the body that's subject unto sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, will not acquit a blasphemer of his words, for the Most High is a witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. All right. So think of the Lord with a good heart and simplicity of heart seeking. Sirach 39:24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for a whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. Like I said, that's the most people, their base instincts. You gotta talk to them about things they understand, and to relate to certain things. That's how a good teacher teaches them. That's why the Lord gave us the spirit to do what we do. Certain times, make these people laugh. You make them, you have a you have a you have many different forms you could tackle this. You have many different forms you could tackle this. You make them laugh, cry. You can make them feel some type of way. You could cut them. There's a lot of different ways, man, that you could teach them. They may not like it, but there's many different avenues. You could teach them harshly. You could teach them softly. You could teach them. There's many different ways to get to the goal. Anyways, there's many different lessons to be learned in many different ways, which the Lord, equipped us with these different audible packages. Like when you're playing football, you got to call an audible on the play. You got to call the defense is that you get in opposition a certain way, so you got to call an audible, man. You got to run a different route and run a different play. You got to call on the fly, like Tom Brady when he's 442, and then the receiver moves to the slot, and then it throws off the defense and say Mike in the middle, and then boom, that's where the blitzes come in. That's where the protection can move on this side, and that's just how it goes. You got to call audibles on the fly, man. You got to use different tools for different jobs and different people. Sirach 39:24, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So we don't want to put a stumbling block in the way of these people, anyways. So you got to use the best effective tactics for different people. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. Uh, okay, the principal things for whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they turn to evil. All right. So as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So Matthew 7:6, giving not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before the swine, lest they trample you under feet and turn you again and rend you. So, certain of our people, most of them are swine, so you got to identify which one of them are worth uh giving this word to, and those that are worth giving this word to, you you deal with them with simplicity of mind and condescend to men of low estate if it needs be. Romans 12:16. So 1 Corinthians 9:20 20 again. It says, unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews, and to them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law, to them that are without the law, as without the law, being not without the to the most high, but under the law to Yahushua, that I might gain them that are without the law. And to the weak I became as weak, that I might gain the weak. I made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And I do this for the gospel's sake, that I may be a partaker thereof with you. So sometimes, you got to use different tools for different jobs, man. And once you've been teaching this thing for many years, you come to find out that you know there's better effective tactics for different people and different sheep, and they need different coaching methods for different players. All right. So, anyways, call live like our Bashim outside Bashim Kakudash. That one's to our teachers of the Apostle Great Millstone. Peace citations. On to you elect out there, man. Shalom.